As 2017 comes to an end, it's once again time to reflect on some of the products that Apple has introduced throughout this year, and the impact those products have made on the tech world. Hey everyone, Dan with Mac Rumors, and in this video we're going to take a look at our top 5 Apple products of 2017. Now these products are in no particular order, but number 1 we have the 5th generation iPad. So in March, we saw the launch of Apple's most affordable iPad to date, the 5th generation iPad, which is just being called iPad. This is a big deal for a few different reasons, but the main reason being that the iPad is much more accessible to the everyday consumers, now at a starting price of only $329 for a full-size iPad. The tablet is equipped with a speedy A9 processor, an 8-megapixel rear camera, Touch ID, and Apple Pay support. This iPad will not be outperforming the iPad Pro by any means, but for a family tablet that can be used for browsing the web, playing some games, and consuming media, it's a great tablet that should last for years to come. Now our next product on the list is yet again another iPad, but this time it's the 10.5-inch and 12.9-inch iPad Pros. Following the launch of the new low-cost iPad, Apple introduced 2 new iPad Pro models in June. An updated 12.9-inch model and an all-new 10.5-inch model that replaces the previous 9.7-inch iPad Pro. You might not notice a drastic size difference between the two, aside from the bezels being reduced to make room for the larger display. This is what makes the 10.5-inch iPad Pro far more appealing in my opinion. Both the 10.5-inch and 12.9-inch iPad Pro are really powerful and could potentially serve as PC replacements with the A10X Fusion chip and 4 GB of RAM. So for me personally, if I wasn't so heavily reliant on Final Cut Pro and video editing, I probably wouldn't need a MacBook Pro at all. New displays offer ProMotion display technology with a 120Hz refresh rate, and these are all without a doubt the nicest displays we've seen on an iPad. Because these iPads are so powerful, multitasking on the newest version of iOS for iPad is a really fluid experience. Both models of the iPad Pro have their own appropriate keyboard cases and support the Apple Pencil as well. I use my iPad Pro almost every day for pretty much everything that isn't graphics intensive, and I love it. Number 3 on our list, we finally get to the new iPhone, or should I say iPhones, as Apple introduced a few new models this year, starting with the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. Although Apple dropped the S naming convention for this lineup of iPhones, the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus might seem more like the iPhone 7S and 7S Plus. Fortunately, for those who purchase one, you'll be happy to find out that although this upgrade is not a visual overhaul like the iPhone 10, it's definitely a nice upgrade all around. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus come with sleek new glass bodies that support wireless charging, a super fast A11 Bionic chip, a familiar design with Touch ID, and most importantly, a more affordable price tag compared to the iPhone 10. The 8 starts at $699 while the iPhone 8 Plus starts at $799, significantly cheaper than the $999 starting point for the iPhone 10. Both of these devices are ideal for customers who prefer Touch ID and don't want to empty their wallets for the iPhone 10. They're not sporting a fancy new design, but the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus are fast and reliable and just comfortable. Now, number 4 on our list was introduced back in September as a One More Thing classic following the announcements of the 8 and 8 Plus, and that of course is the iPhone 10, which wasn't released until November 3rd. This is the iPhone that most people have been waiting for. The all-new sleek design with a near edge-to-edge display, new technology like Face ID, and a really comfortable form factor that takes what's great about the iPhone 8's size, but gives you that 8 Plus screen real estate. Even though I'm still not totally sold on Face ID just yet, it truly is the iPhone to buy in 2017 and moving forward. Instead of Touch ID, the iPhone 10 uses a facial recognition system called Face ID for biometric authentication, which is powered by a front-facing true depth camera located underneath the notch on the display. The iPhone 10 sets the path for the next decade of iPhone development, and Apple says its Face ID system is the future of biometrics. Inside, the iPhone 10 is equipped with an Apple-designed A11 Bionic processor, new rear cameras, and dozens of other small hardware improvements to make it the most impressive iPhone Apple has introduced since the original iPhone came out in 2007. Finally, rounding out our list, even though there were a couple of other products introduced in 2017, like the HomePod or the iMac Pro, only one of them has actually made it in stores in 2017. Aimed at Apple's professional users, the iMac Pro was announced earlier in June but launched in December. Pricing on the iMac Pro starts at $5,000 and goes up to $13,199, but that price tag includes a lot of impressive high-end components to meet the needs of users with demanding workflows. The iMac Pro is the most powerful desktop machine Apple has built yet. It features Intel Xeon W processors with 8 to 18 cores, along with Radeon Pro Vega graphics, up to 128 gigabytes of ECC RAM, and up to 4 terabytes of solid-state storage. This is the video editor, graphic designer, or animator's dream computer. Even though you'll have many people scream that you can build a comparable Windows PC for a lot less, to me, it still wouldn't be the same. The iMac Pro looks like a standard iMac, but it comes in a new space gray color, and inside it's been redesigned with a new thermal architecture to support the upgraded components. Now, this isn't a machine for everyone due to its high price tag, but it's certainly a welcome addition to the Apple Mac lineup for pro users. Now, 2017 was no doubt a great year for tech, and not just from Apple, but from all the other companies out there, and I personally cannot wait to see what they all have in store for us in 2018. So what was your favorite Apple product of 2017? Be sure to let us know in the comment section down below. This has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.